Hi everyone, Drini here, and welcome to my channel. So we're going to do a quick crypto and Bitcoin market update because as it stands, things really are quite in an uncertain position at the moment. So it's best to really lay out what potential scenarios may happen and generate a good plan in order to account for both scenarios in the future. And let's dive in. So I have Bitcoin here on a weekly time frame, and unfortunately, if you notice, we have been rejected for 2 straight weeks now when it comes to the 21 EMA right here. Now, when we look historically at what happens when we get rejected from here, the previous instance of this was pretty much this zone right here, where we kept getting rejected from the 21 EMA. Look what happened, further capitulation to the downside. When we tried to rally from the May capitulation right here, we got rejected at around this level of around $41,000, and look what happened over the next 1 month. You had a significant downtrend, found a floor before the subsequent continuation to the downside. The very worst case scenario for this is when we look at the previous cycle, where after the blow off top of around $19,000 right here and the subsequent move down below the weekly 21 EMA right here, we tried to rally right here, but eventually we kept getting rejected right here, and eventually there was a major capitulation to the downside. Over the short term, there's higher likelihood that we may have further consolidation or further capitulation before our subsequent move to the upside. But you're probably wondering, why am I so confident that we are going to move up? That is because, once again, if you look at Bitcoin on a monthly time frame right here, we are still above key EMAs, especially the 21 EMA right here. So as long as we're above this, then the bull market is intact. Further upside is going to happen. So now we're left with the question, what happens if we further consolidate from here? Because it's not just the crypto markets that are weak. If you look at the stock markets in general, the stock markets are also weak. You have high inflation everywhere, regardless of the country you're in, and things appear to be a bit dire. How will this impact your investments, especially when it comes to gaming cryptos? So the first thing to understand is we need to have a point of view on, if we further capitulate, where could we potentially go, or where could the floor be? So right now, when we look at Bitcoin's recent history, the floor that we can establish ranges from $36,000 right here all the way to around $29,000. And if you're probably wondering, why could this be the potential floor? That is because if you look at major institutions and the whales and what their average buys are, their average buys hover around this price range right here. So if we have further capitulation, don't expect that Michael Saylor will sell his 119,000 Bitcoin at a loss. You can imagine that if Bitcoin continues to go down, major institutions will pretty much gobble it up faster than people can sell it. So calls for a 10K Bitcoin or a 20K Bitcoin at this stage of institutional adoption for it is less likely. So what's a good plan regardless of the situation? Now, I can't tell you what you're going to do, but I will share what my plan is with regards to this particular price action, because right now we are really in uncertain times. Apart from the gaming cryptos, which we track, I also have a number of altcoins right here, in particular layer ones. So during this particular capitulation, I did invest heavily on layer ones apart from Bitcoin right here. So the problem though is the higher likelihood of this capitulation will result in all of these altcoins being wrecked significantly, including our gaming cryptos, of course. But the thing with gaming cryptos is it is much easier to hold gaming cryptos because their market caps are very low. So if we have further downside capitulation, and if our gaming cryptos are suddenly experiencing 95 to 99%, it doesn't take a significant amount of money to invest in these gaming cryptos, because if a bear situation happens, then you can expect that it only takes a small amount of money to really gobble up a lot of the tokens of our favorite gaming cryptos. The same cannot be said though for the layer ones right here, where the layer ones are caught up between a rock and a hard place. If Bitcoin further capitulates to the downside, what is the point of holding all of these altcoins if they're just going to go down double digits? So my plan is, since I've already had significant profits from these layer ones, I am going to hold a cash position based on these layer ones. If Bitcoin further goes down, then it's easy. The next investments then would be to DCA into Bitcoin expecting this floor right here. And because gaming cryptos will pretty much be wrecked if this situation happens, or if this scenario happens, then the cash position can be spent with Bitcoin right here, and gaming cryptos, all of them will have very, very low market caps. So the upside gains is much, much higher than the downside risk. But what happens if I have a cash position right here based on the layer 1s and Bitcoin pretty much recovers right here? What do I do then moving forward? Then it's pretty simple. The investments will once again go into gaming cryptos, because if Bitcoin is now above the weekly 21 EMA right here, we are back on an uptrend. So there's much more risk appetite to really invest in gaming cryptos, because it is my belief that Metaverse really is the next generation of Web3, and this is going to be where adoption will really lie. I hope this situation helps out a bit in terms of properly managing risk in a very uncertain time such as this one, where we are neither capitulating, we are also neither in an uptrend. If you like that video, hit like and subscribe, hit the notification bell. Also, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you want me to make a video about your favorite gaming crypto? Be a Patreon subscriber so you can request for it. Being a Patreon subscriber helps keep the channel Sponsor, Shill, and Moonboy free. Take care everyone. Bye-bye.